Whenever we have weather like this, we obviously get a lot of questions into our newsroom. We hear from you on social media. Some of the questions can be answered by watching Elyse's forecast like you just did. For instance, when are weather alerts in my community? How much snow am I going to get? But other questions deserve a little more perspective, and that's why we do this segment that we call Ask Elyse. Take some of your questions. We did this during the crazy storm that we had last month, right before Thanksgiving. So that's where we're actually going to start, because some of the questions have to do with that last storm. So people hear lake effect, they think back to that week before Thanksgiving. Thank God we aren't expecting the same amount of snow. But here's the question, Elyse. How would you compare what's coming this weekend with what we dealt with a month ago?
Yeah, and I'm going to use two adjectives to kind of lay this all out. The event we saw last month, that was a textbook lake effect event. It was a perfect lake effect storm. This event that's coming in, I would say, is more of a typical lake effect event. We get a couple of these potentially every single year. Now, last month, again, textbook event, snowfall rates of 3 to 4 inches an hour. That band was over, I would say, 20 miles wide, 10 to 20 miles wide at times, and it was with a very favorable weather pattern to allow for that to happen. What we're expecting this time around, though, is that more typical event, snowfall rates of 1 to 2 inches an hour. More so, I would say at times it can be pretty wide, but this band is not going to be as wide as what we saw last time, and it's because of a more unsettled weather pattern. The wind direction seems like it could shift a little more. That will shift and weaken the band a bit once it gets going. So that's something we're taking into account with this particular event. It hasn't been as nice and pretty and organized. And as I've been chatting with Maria tonight, computer models still, they're not coming together like they were for the last event because it was just that strong.
Yeah, I mean, the last one was a once every 8-year storm. This one's more of a
once a couple times
a winter. All right. There's also this next question that we want to share with our viewers. We talked about this a little bit with the police chief down in Orchard Park. Want to get some weather perspective here on the Bills game Saturday night as we, as you're kind of advancing the thing there. You do these fan factors thing, and I love this because it kind of gives us perspective on what it's going to look like for fans who are out there.
Yep, it's first and foremost temperatures. They're going to be in the mid to upper 20s. Factor in a breeze that could gust up to 30 miles per hour at times. That's going to provide a significant wind chill. So think about that single-degree game we had last year with the Patriots.
Oh, yeah.
But then add in the chance for snowfall rates of 1 to 2 inches an hour. So it's going to be frigid and snowy, but I updated this graphic to include travel impacts because that's something we also have to consider this time around with people going to the game, potentially driving in snow-covered roads, but then say we get 3, 4, 5 inches of snow falling throughout the game, that's going to lead to another impact, which if we could advance the graphic here, Michael, to the other graphic that we have with this.
Yeah, the video that we have here in terms of how you get prepared for something.
Yes, so if you're headed to the Bills game, please make sure that you have a full tank of gas, an emergency kit, water and snacks, a shovel in case you have to dig your car out, and you have cold weather gear that will keep you warm and that will keep you dry. And again, as the police chief said, patience after the game, as you might have to dig your car out. It might be slow going. So I want all of Bills Mafia to be there and watch us squish the fish, but then afterwards I want us to all get safely home.
Hope it's not a repeat of 17, which we've talked about a lot. Elyse, thank you very much.